We always hear everyone around us talking about developing habits. But what exactly are the habits, and why do we put so much importance on the development of habits? According to Wikipedia, a habit is a routine or behaviour that is repeated regularly and tends to occur subconsciously. When you have developed the habits, you don't need to think to perform those particular tasks. Now, the question that arises here is, why are habits so powerful? Stay tuned with us till the end of the video because we are going to share with you the best coding habits to start developing now as a software developer. By the way, if you have any questions or there are video topics you'd like to know more about, leave us a comment down below and we'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. Getting back to our video, let's explore why are habits so powerful. Habits are more powerful than we realise. According to The Power of Habit author Charles Duhigg, our brain craves habits, just like we often crave for our favourite food. It is a neurological craving and the brain sticks to it. So whenever you follow a habit, our brain releases happy hormones. Here is why you should consider building habits. Habits bring you closer to your goal, help you become the person you want to be, allow you to help other people around you, improve the quality of your life, reduce time wastage, make us feel good about ourselves. Exciting, right? So here are the 5 best coding habits for developers. 5. Plan ahead. As a developer, it is really important to know what you're going to code beforehand. When you start writing a code without planning it ahead, it leads to retries, burnouts, depressing loops, and much more. So instead of jumping right into coding, take your time planning the assignment ahead. You can follow these guidelines. Make a summary of the project. List of languages and frameworks to be used. Outline of general features of the product. Deadline. Planning your project with a simple outline according to these instructions will help you tackle the assignment more easily and will save you from many headaches in the future. 4. Have a good routine. Having a good routine is also a good habit to develop. You have to choose the most productive time of your day for working on your coding projects. We cannot exactly point out a certain routine for you to follow because everyone has a different way of working. So the best way to form a good coding routine is to discover who you actually are. Try to form a routine that resonates with your personality. This will make it a lot easier for you to be productive and stay motivated throughout the day. Still, here are some tips that you can use to your advantage. We also covered these in details in another video. Go check that out too. Have set morning rituals. Take frequent breaks. Get clear goals. Increase your focus by using Robin Sharma's famous 90-91 rule by spending the first 90 minutes of your day on one specific task for 90 consecutive days. And avoid multitasking. 3. Build single-purpose functions. Mostly when writing codes, it seems fascinating to write clever and multi-purpose functions. It just looks cool. But believe us, it's not good for you in the long run. If a single function in that clever code breaks, you're going to have to redo the whole function again. So instead of writing long and complex functions in your codes, just write simple purpose functions. This habit makes the code a lot manageable and readable. It will not only be easier for you, but also for your team or other individuals who are going to interact with your code in the future. 2. Leave comments in your codes. Another best habit to develop as a coder is consistently leave small comments on your codes. It makes it a lot easier when you return to your code after weeks or months to do some features, and there you get a massive code that is incomprehensible. Now imagine you've returned after that same amount of time and now you have some small comments throughout your code, explaining the features the functions are playing. Yes, that latter one is what we all want, but it only becomes a habit when you practice it. Here's your happiness, the tips to develop this habit. Start commenting on your code when you start writing the code in the first place. Specifically, add comments to complex codes that aren't self-explanatory. Also, try to document the features, dependencies, and possible errors of your code in a small README file. Avoid adding massive comments, it'll just destroy their basic function. 1. Make your own collection of code snippets. And now, the habit that came first on our list is to have your own collection of code snippets. When you code often, there are lots of functions that are just used as it's in most of the codes. When you don't have them documented, you know that you did it in some other code, but where, you don't remember. Also, it's not a good idea to go through long codes just to get a small subcode. Just like it isn't good to Google the same problem every time. So, the practice you can develop is to have your own Use Me Often file, where you put the most used code snippets together to revisit any time. Here are some tips you can use to make this file more readable and organized. Properly document the code snippets. Comment their function precisely next to them. Make these snippets easily readable. At the end of the day, what matters is how you see your coding job. Always remember why you got into it in the first place. Have fun and happy coding. Also, be sure to join our Facebook community over at Sky High Software Engineers, where we share all of our tips and tricks on software engineering and soft skills subjects. We also offer one-on-one coaching. We left you the link in the description below. Did you find these habits helpful? What are your ultimate coding habits? Let us know in the comment section below. We love to hear from you.